got a couple more that we're...
Oh, okay, so this is free.
All right, hey, thank you.
I don't know about you guys. Oh yeah, I'm going that way.
everyone. Good morning and welcome to the 165th Braintree High School commencement ceremony in celebration of the class of 2023. My name is Christopher Scully and I am the proud principal of Braintree High School. At this time, please rise in body or in spirit for the playing of our national anthem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light, for so proudly we hailed as the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, save us that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the brave and the home of the brave.
Thank you, and please be seated. Before we begin, I'd of course like to thank everyone for their spirit and their enthusiasm for braving the elements this morning. As we go through this morning's ceremony, you may notice a few adjustments to our program. Most notably, we are regrettably going without our live music performances because of the conditions, and so I would like to thank, before we begin, the members of the band and the orchestra and the chorus who are unable to perform today, but have been prepared and are outstanding advocates and ambassadors for our school. Thank you to all of the student musicians. And so to begin the ceremony, please welcome to the microphone the president of the class of 2023, Kylie Vo, for a formal welcome.
Good morning to our distinguished guests, supportive family and friends, dedicated faculty and staff, and most importantly, good morning to the class of 2023. Before I begin, I would like to thank our teachers, guidance counselors, assistant principals, Principal Scully, and the Braintree Public Schools administration. We never say it enough, but we appreciate you all so much. I would also like to recognize our incredible administrative assistants, the front desk professionals who kindly welcome and sign in tardy, bleary-eyed seniors holding Starbucks lattes, Jordan, who must witness at least one student fender bender each week, the hardworking custodians, and the cafeteria staff that stocks our chocolate chip muffins and spicy chicken sandwiches each and every day. Without you all, the school could not function daily. To the class of 2023, we made it. We survived the hours of homework, art projects, sports games, theater rehearsals, and music concerts, and I could not be more proud of us. I want to stand here today and share something with the 383 other graduates who missed out on the lengthy research papers we AP Literature students had to write each term. A lesson I learned in AP Lit is that the oldest and most universal story of all time has been rewritten and reworked over and over again. The Fall from Innocence. From the Bible's Genesis to Netflix's Stranger Things, the story has permeated everything from religion to pop culture. We are just another reenactment. The stories are simple. A young and naive child undergoes an event or several trials that force them to see a rose-colored world in a clearer light. They are cast from a safe haven and can never return. Yet, they have gained something more, knowledge of life's truths. As much as I hate to say it, as graduates, we are all crossing this threshold in our journey. It is here today, at this ceremony, that marks this symbolic turning point. High school has shown us that our safe and wonderful worlds can be cruel and unfair. For some, this realization may have been several years ago, while for others, it may have just occurred 2 months ago. Little by little, over the past several years, we've been moving forward on this inescapable journey that everyone must eventually go on. Let me assure you that this loss of innocence is not a bad thing, for experiences lead us to obtain a newfound understanding of life and of knowledge, and I'm not just talking about the Pythagorean theorem. Maybe a fallout with a friend taught us to not trust people so easily. Maybe the reading of To Kill a Mockingbird in freshman year showed the world's injustices, sparking a passion for social change. Maybe a heartbreak showed us not only pain, but also the importance of self-love and of self-respect. Maybe a calculus lecture ignited a desire to come up with the newest theorem. Maybe drifting from a best friend whom we thought would be in our lives forever taught us that people come and go. Maybe something as simple as seeing an aging parent forget an everyday task made us realize that life is fragile and that we must enjoy every single moment. Maybe a personal hardship made us realize how strong we are and how we must keep pushing forward. No matter what it was, whether it was one key moment or numerous small ones, our innocence slowly stripped away and our true understanding of the world started to grow. Losing our innocence allows us to see the world's true complexities and gives us the experience and skills to make a difference. Class of 2023, we have grown up and we are about to leave our safe haven. And as much as we may want to sometimes, we can never go back to the world we once knew. All we can do is take the memories we've shared, friendships we've made, and lessons we've learned these past 18 years and hold them close while we go forward toward our very bright futures. Let us take the knowledge we've gained and try to make the scary world we're about to enter as close to that safe haven as possible. Class of 2023, I'm so incredibly honored to have spent the past 4 years with you all and cannot wait to see what the future has in store for each and every one of you. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Kylie. And at this time, Will Rafty, the BHS Student Body President, will deliver a message for his classmates and guests.
Good morning, everyone. As already said, I would love to thank all of those in attendance, our family, friends, teachers, administrators, cafeteria staff, nurses, custodians, guidance counselors, and the one and only Dr. Scully. We could not have made it this far without you. As I look out into the crowd, I see the faces of our beloved guests beaming with pride. And just before me lies not the freshman who entered Braintree High School 4 years ago, but the graduating class of 2023. After years of asking for your vote or support at fundraisers and school events, I have one final request for you all. Look around. Look at the person to your left, to your right, in front of and behind you, and ask yourselves, do I really know these people? They may be your best friends, classmates, teammates, or even just an acquaintance, but truly ask yourselves, do you know what those around you have faced to get to this ceremony today? Okay. Many of you may recall reading a book by the name of The Things They Carried. This novel follows the stories of fictional American soldiers of the Vietnam War, depicting through moments both past and present, not only the physical belongings and emotional memories each character brought to war, but also the traumatic experiences which followed them home. I know, you're all thinking, please stop referencing English class. We're graduating. Sorry. But although many of us won't be analyzing the pathos, logos, or ethos of rhetoric for the rest of our lives, there is much to learn from the stories we have read. In the story, Jimmy Cross carries with him not only a navigation compass, but also the guilt of his comrade's death. Tim O'Brien carries not only his grenades, but also the burden of the death of his childhood love. Even we as students carry much with us. We all had to carry with us the crinkled bathroom passes as we took that extra lap around the 3rd floor. We carried in our Mary Lou's Red Bulls and car keys every morning as we ran past Mr. Dellery in the front booth. AirPods, phones, instruments, uniforms, artwork, there are many physical things that we carried in with us to school each day. However, we carried our emotions in with us as well. Many of us were burdened by stress. Stress of a busy schedule, stress of trouble at home, or stress about the world around us. As I look out into the wave of Braintree blue before me, I see not only a graduating class of students who by requirement have gained a certain number of credits in each subject and passed the MCAS, but also I see hundreds of young adults who have not only survived the terrifying challenge of high school, but also some of the most difficult years of our lives. We carry with us the memories of such challenges, the stories of those we have lost, and the anxiety of finally growing up. The novel, The Things They Carry, displays through its characters how everyone carries different emotions, such as anxiety, stress, or trauma with them, and that we as a society cannot be aware of such feelings. So, before we all walk across this stage and celebrate our amazing achievement, I'm asking you to one thing. Remember to be kind. We are raised being taught the golden rule and reading Dr. Seuss, but somehow we as a society have forgotten this lesson. Our society has somehow accepted alienating one another on the basis of race, class, gender, or other aspects of identity, but I hope that our generation is the one to finally change this trend. Whether someone disagrees with your politics or simply disagrees with your favorite food, please treat people with kindness because we're all simply human. Try to carry with you a positive attitude, a helping hand, and an open mind, because if you do, our world will be better because of it. Although our time at Braintree High School has come to an end, I am ecstatic to witness what the future holds in store for all of us, and hope that as we each continue on our own paths, you will remember that you can never truly understand the journeys of those around you, and therefore should always strive to be kind. I am so proud of all of us for making it this far, and I wish you all the best in your adventures soon to come. Congratulations, class of 2023. We did it.
Thank you, Will. This time I would like to acknowledge the dignitaries and invited guests joining us here today. The Mayor of the town of Braintree, Mayor Charles Kokoris. The Chairperson of the Braintree School Committee, Ms. Lisa Fisk-Heeger. The Vice Chairperson of the School Committee, Ms. Kelly Cobb-Lemire. School Committee Member, Mr. Tom Devon. School Committee Member, Mr. Matthew Lynch. School Committee Member, Ms. Kathleen Tuffy. Assistant Superintendent of the Braintree Public Schools, Ms. Nora Vernazza. And joining us from the Braintree Fire Department, Chief James O'Brien. Also, the many members of the BHS faculty seated on either side of the stage and serving as chaperones amidst the graduates. And to my left, very special guest here today, members of the Braintree High School class of 1973, who are marking 50 years since their own graduation, and about whom you'll hear a little bit more later in the program. I would also like to acknowledge the superintendent of the Braintree Public Schools, Mr. James Lee, who is unable to be in attendance today because he is attending his own daughter's graduation. He also let us know it is cold and wet and windy where he is as well. I spoke to Mr. Lee earlier today and he asked me to personally deliver his congratulations to the class of 2023. And at this time I'd like to briefly acknowledge some of the many people who have helped contribute to the success of this class and have helped to make this year's graduation ceremony possible. Thank you to Mayor Kokoris, the members of the school committee, the Braintree Public Schools Central Administrators, Superintendent Lee, Assistant Superintendent Vernazza, and Director of Finance and Operations, Ms. Kaufman, for their leadership and vision and for making all of this spring's events possible. Thank you as well to members of the Town Council, the Braintree Fire Department, and the Braintree Police Department, who have been instrumental in planning both our graduation ceremony and numerous other senior events this spring. Our three assistant principals, Mr. Andrew Dellery, Ms. Nancy Moynihan, and Mr. Matthew Reardon, have worked tirelessly on all of this spring's events, but more importantly, they have managed the education of the graduates you see before you throughout their 4 years here at BHS. The Braintree Public Schools curriculum directors and the BHS guidance staff have led our students through their high school journey. Head custodian Tom Mahar and the entire BHS custodial staff, Chris Griffin in the Braintree Parks and Recreation Department, the town of Braintree's Department of Public Works, and in particular, Mike McGordy and Justin Zahn, and Wes Ray and everybody at BCAM have contributed their many talents to multiple aspects of this year's celebration. And a special thank you to Administrative Assistant Jillian Cooney and Assistant Principal Moynihan, who every year spend months planning and coordinating all aspects of this ceremony. The event truly would not be possible without their efforts. And finally, I would like to acknowledge the Braintree High School faculty and staff for the incredible work that they have done over the past 4 years in preparing their students for this memorable day. Work that continued the efforts of all the BPS educators who worked with these students prior to high school. In particular, I would like to recognize Ms. Katie Jenkins and Ms. Courtney Rollo, the senior class advisors, whose vision and perseverance have aided the class of 2023 in countless ways. And at this time, I invite the officers of the class of 23 forward to make a special presentation. This would be where Ms. Jenkins would come. Here she comes. To all of those people and to any that I may have overlooked who have contributed to this ceremony and to the students' success, thank you. At this time, it gives me great pleasure to recognize members of the class of 2023 for certain impressive and noteworthy accomplishments. Please hold your applause until all members of each group have been recognized. Braintree High School graduates have a proud tradition of serving in the United States military, and 3 members of the class of 2023 have already committed to serving in the armed forces of this nation. I ask them at this time to stand to be recognized and for everyone to hold their applause until all names have been read. Jack Doherty, Army ROTC, Jason Kelly, Marine Corps, John Ryan, Marine Corps. To these graduates, and to all of the active, reserve, and veteran members of the military present today, please accept our thanks and our praise. There are also several members of the class of 2023 who have achieved all A's and B's throughout their entire 4-year career here at BHS. I ask these students to stand as I call their name and for us to hold our applause until all have been read. Alexander Aborn, Maeve Candora, Lily Carver, Megan Siriani, Jasmine Chen, Aiden Civitolo, Jack Civitolo, Owen Costello, Nicholas Fasano, Alexander Fernandez, Luis Fernandez, Martin Finnerty, McKenna Gunning, Benjamin Ho, Jiaki Huang, Dylan Lee, Kiet Lee, Tessa Marston, May Joanna Nguyen, Juliana Nguyen, Taryn O'Malley, Ani O'Shea, Kieran O'Grady, Justin Ostrom, Julia Panaro, Jack Prezzuti, Shaljin Chin, Anna Rocha, Andreas Thoyas, An Tran, Paris Tran, Natalie Wu, and Allison Young. Congratulations to all of these students. At this time, please welcome to the stage the class of 2023 Salutatorian, Andreas Thoyas.
This is a story my mom loves to tell. On my first day of preschool, as all the parents were dropping off their children, my mom noticed that many of the other kids were sobbing and violently grabbing onto their parents' legs, pleading for them not to go, like some snake constricting its prey. I, on the other hand, calmly looked at my parents and said, "You can go now," and walked away. My mom recalls turning to my dad and asking, "What did we do wrong?" So, 14 years ago, I confidently told my parents, "You can go now." I have heard that phrase multiple times since then, from multiple different speakers and in many different contexts. In one instance, it was my mother telling me, "You can go now," and sending me and my brother to our room after lecturing us for fighting about who gets to play on the Wii. In another instance, my mother told me, "You can go now," when I got my driver's license and got to go to work alone. In yet another example, I remember Senora Noon opening the breakout rooms on Google Meet and saying, "Okay, clase, you can go now," before we were whisked away by the wonder of hybrid learning. Today, I am glad to look out at the class of 2023 and can proudly say that we can go now. Our teachers, our guardians, our role models. The adults in our lives have deemed us ready to move on without them and without their constant oversight. This ceremony is a demonstration of that trust. We have reached the point in our lives where independence is forced upon us, whether we want it to or not. This will present its challenges for some people, especially if you never learn how to do your own laundry, but it also provides unimaginable opportunities. As easy as it is to stick to what you know, do not allow yourself to be stuck in that high school mentality. You can go now, letting new experiences and opportunities guide you. Sure, you probably had many memorable experiences here in Braintree that shaped your life. Maybe it was being at Braintree Day with all your friends. Maybe it was seeing Miss Moynihan getting pied in the face. Or maybe it was the roof blowing off of South, giving you a few extra days off of school. You must know that no matter what you choose to do with your life, there will be a plethora of other meaningful events. You can go now, expanding outward as much as possible in order to create as many of these notable encounters as you can. I know this from personal experience. You will find that you will regret it if you do not branch out. You could end up finding your dream job, or you could end up meeting your future first ex-wife. But you'll never know until you take the plunge. You can go now, remembering the experiences you had, but also looking ahead for new opportunities. Your achievements so far might seem important to you now, but if you take what you've learned from them and apply them towards bigger goals, they will pale in comparison to what you can accomplish. Don't stop now just because you are proud of what you did here. Like I said, we can go now. We now have more freedom than ever before to choose to do what we want to do, not what someone else wants us to do. We'll be back for the holidays, but we are on our own now, capable to do and to learn new things that we previously could not. Do not let yourself squander that opportunity simply because you are clinging to old memories or because you are afraid to do something new. Thank you, and good luck to the class of 2023. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Andreas. And now our final student speaker on today's program, the class of 2023's valedictorian, May
For most of my life, I have lived between two worlds. You see, I immigrated from Hong Kong to America in the first grade, and from then on, I juggled two different identities, one at school and one at home. In school, I spoke shy, timid English, trying my best to be a model student. And at home, I laughed and joked boisterously in Cantonese, all the while stifling the burden of knowing my father woke up at 3 a.m. to work late-night shifts at his new job, and suppressing the heartache of hearing my mother calling my grandmother back in Hong Kong every night, unable to care for her aging parents in person. I've always had trouble reconciling my two identities, the one who spoke soft-spoken English and the one who spoke Cantonese, with a slight accent in both, signaling my incompleteness in either world. I speak of my experience not to make my speech a personal anecdote, but to acknowledge those in the audience today who may also feel as if they are thrust between two worlds. Those who put on a facade every day while living a different existence at home. Perhaps some of you devote evenings and weekends to taking care of siblings as a single parent works the night shift. Or others, like myself, are part of immigrant families who must carry not only our own dreams, but also the dreams of our parents who came to America seeking better opportunities for us. For those of you whose high school life was not defined by Friday night football games or an endless blur of extracurricular activities like those depicted in TV shows and movies, I see you. I see you, and I commend you for persisting through these 4 years. You have made it. The truth is, most of us have felt the need to hide parts of ourselves at school, whether that may be hobbies, familial circumstances, or sexuality. And we all feel the need to alter our personality according to those we're speaking with. This sort of disparity in our identity is unlikely to disappear after we graduate, but we can take the best parts of our distinct worlds as we define ourselves. In this very second, we hover on the brink between high school and the vast world beyond, whether that may be entering college, enlisting in the military, or joining the workforce. To my fellow graduates, I urge you to never forget where you come from, for it is from our roots that we can grow. Embrace your unique experiences that shape you individually and us collectively as a class, and learn from these past moments, whether they're easygoing or difficult, to inform the future. Before I conclude the speech, I must personally say thank you to my parents. Thank you for your uprooting your whole lives to give me and my sister a better life in America. Thank you for opening up a whole new world of possibilities for me. Finally, to the class of 2023, as we embark on the next chapter of our lives, let us carry the memories we have made and even the hardships we have endured. Let us strive for excellence in all that we do, while staying true to our unique roots and values that have shaped us. With this, I'll leave you with a parting note. Remember that we aren't defined by the worlds we live in, but by the bridges we build between them. Let us continue to bridge divides and break down barriers, using our past experiences to create a world where our best selves can thrive. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2023.
Thank you, May. At this point, as the program indicates, I have an opportunity to offer some remarks to the class of 2023. To be honest, however, you've probably heard plenty from me already. You've heard me in class meetings talk about what I expected of you as students here at Braintree High School, to work hard, to get involved, and to be kind to one another, and how I thought that those three relatively simple guidelines were the best way to succeed at BHS. What I'll add today, since as you've heard from your student speakers, it is time for you to get going, is that I believe those are pretty good guidelines for how to do well in the world beyond BHS as well. And if you had a chance to speak with the members of the class of 1973, as I did briefly this morning, I suspect you would hear the same sentiment from them. Here is a class that was among the first to enter this building, the first to play or to cheer in the stadium, the first to graduate from what was then a brand new building. They left BHS and entered an America that was divided over the direction that our country should be heading, the role that we should play in the world, even how and where we should go to school. It would have been easy as a new BHS grad in the spring of 1973 to conclude that the future wouldn't be so bright. But instead, they worked hard, they got involved, and they were kind to one another. They are here today as our guests as they proudly mark 50 years since their own graduation from Braintree High School, a milestone that I ask everyone to acknowledge with me at this time. But as I mentioned, I've had ample opportunity to share my thoughts with you during these 4 years, and what is more, the best part of this job isn't telling you things, but getting to listen to what you say as you go about your lives as students. What a privilege it has been to listen to you perform on our stage, to hear you talk about your artwork, to overhear you as you encourage your teammates on the playing field, to observe as you present or debate or conduct experiments in our classrooms or share your ideas in meetings and forums and trainings about how to make our school better. What a privilege it has been to watch as you carry out your roles as student government officers, as peer trainers, as mediators or mentors. Or maybe best of all, to share a brief moment in the hall or in the cafeteria or out in front of the school when you offer a thought about a favorite musician or a prediction about a playoff game or a suggestion for an upcoming school event. This is the stuff of human connection. And I can say without hesitation that more conversation leads to better connections, and better connections lead to a stronger community. And in that regard, you have made Braintree High School a much stronger community as a result of your influence. As I hope is clear, and I know I speak for the faculty seated on either side of me as well, I'm proud of you. I am proud of what you have accomplished, but I am more proud of what you did to attain these accomplishments. The work that you have put in during classes, during practices, during rehearsals. I am proud of where you are heading next year, but I am more proud of the values and the ethic that you have developed while you have been here, the unseen qualities that have led you to your next destinations. And I might be most proud of all of the connections that you have so obviously formed as a class. There are many ways to think about these connections, but I've been struck this week most of all by the connections you have maintained with classmates who are not with you here today to join in this ceremony. So many of you remain connected here to Jake Parker, who passed away before he was able to join you here at BHS, but whose memory has lived on through you, through the scholarship generously awarded in his name this week, through the page in the yearbook. The number of you who asked me to make sure that he was part of this ceremony shows how strongly you value that connection. And in the same way, I think of how you filled this stadium for the first home football game after David Nguyen passed away 2 summers ago. You honored his character, you honored his fight by welcoming his family and making sure that the world knew he was loved at BHS. Jake and David will remain connected to your class and remain a part of your class, not only through your inclusion of them in your yearbook, but even in a way that doesn't feel like a coincidence, by the orange you wore that night when you honored David, the orange that so many of you have today as a ribbon, and the orange of Jake's beloved Clemson Tigers. This time I ask everyone to take a moment of reflection for Jake and David. Conversation, connection, community. These, to me, are what have characterized your class, and I know that I speak for the entire administration, faculty, and staff of Braintree High School when I say that these are the reasons why we will miss you so much. You have come together as a class, and you have brought your whole school together in a way that will not be forgotten. You have formed a community that will transcend your time here as students, and you have created connections that might well last for half a century, to the point where you too may find yourself celebrating the 50 short years since your own high school graduation. Congratulations on your accomplishment, good luck in the future, and remember that you always have a home here at BHS. Thank you. With that being said, prior to the awarding of diplomas, it falls to me to formally present the class of 2023. Mayor Kokoris, members of the school committee, assembled family, friends, and guests, I am proud to announce that the students before you today have met the rigorous graduation requirements established by the Braintree School Committee and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, and have earned the honor of being named graduates of Braintree High School with all of the rights and privileges that appertain to that distinction. Congratulations. At this time, I proudly welcome to the stage Assistant Principals Andy Dellery, Nancy Moynihan, and Matt Rearding for the conferring of diplomas. Who goes first? Tell me what to do. I go first. Who goes first? Not me. That's up here. From school committee. Oh, is that your way? Please. Good?
I'm going to put this under here. Where's house one?
This one should be. Kylie Vo.
We call her up.
I call her up.
I'm going to rip one bag at a time. Move it on, next one.
I don't need this.
We're good to go. Exactly.
Oh, sorry. Good morning. It is my privilege and pleasure to read the roll for House 1. At this time, I would like to introduce Miss Lisa Fisk-Heeger, Chair of the Braintree School Committee, who will present the first set of diplomas to House 1. Kylie Tran Vo. Lydia Mavis Faber. Caroline Elizabeth Clawher. Lily Scarlett Carver. Colleen Francis Archdeacon. Julia Marie Pinaro. Margaret Crowley McDonough. Alexander Paul Fernandez. Kieran Augustin O'Grady. Jordan Deborah Garcia Smith. Amaya Angelina Howell. Ryan Paul Brooks. Anae May O'Shea. Anna Manuela Rocha. Georgia Emily Murray. Jake Ryan Rinn. Tyler Tin Fan. Michael Antonio Palmerin. Benjamin Ho. Bindi Jayeshkumar Patel. Savannah Feistren Eng. Magnus Elizabeth Kendall. John James Fitzgerald. Austin Joseph Colantonio. John Michael Ryan. Mario Franciosa Johnson. Joseph Pierre Elcori. James Michael Burke. Perry Nathaniel Lane. Brian Paul Kenny. James Joseph Theriger. Brenna LaRue Kaliri. Lucy Bell Gately. Angelina Rose Breda. Brooke Ann Lenling. Ollie Charisma Summers. Pearson Stewart Suttles. Daniel Joseph O'Shea. James Thornton Tellier. Lauren Louise Kelly. Sophia Mary DeAngelis. Molly Ann Witham. Oh, okay.
That's Molly's. Can I have that?
I apologize. Kate Elizabeth Joyce. Madison Nicole Reynolds. Alejandra Mariosa Herrera Aldana. Ella Violet Woods. Liliana Grace Baskowitz. Ella Grace O'Doherty. Samantha Haley Quigley. Megan Elizabeth Fleming. Caitlin Lucille Doherty. Kira Ann Horan. Olivia Sarah Hingston. Benjamin Vincenzo Trotta. Evan Huang. Connor Charles Archdeacon. Grayson Dylan Prado. Genevieve Elizabeth Emerson. Julia E. Fitzgerald. Fiona Angela Morris. Leo Carrillo. Shay Aldrich Karen. Thank you, Ms. Fitzheger. At this time, I would like to introduce Mr. Tom Devon, member of the Braintree School Committee, who will present the second set of diplomas to House 1. Riley Zoe. Nalia Jasmine Aim. Raina May Smith Pelletier. Clara Kika. Allison Sarah Poe. Trinity Ho. Jaina Alana Sangsavan. Samantha Akira Barbosa. Keelan E. Fury. Ava Louise Picard. Ronnie J. Furtado. Meba Tadel Katema. Aiden Karama. Devon Butler.
Like you don't know me, man.
Hansgar Dino Dormius.
Congratulations, nice job.
Muath K. Shigori.
Congratulations.
Olivia Rose Needham. Cara Marie Medeiros. Emma Rose Gordon. Angela Carol Hannon. Duncan Lynn. Eliza Jezreel Sickle Moises. Mackenzie Marie Fowler. Nisha Patricia Robertson. Janaya Denaya Sweatman. Lucy Olivia Vandor. Rudana Taha Rafe. Elizabeth Ann Reardon. Abigail Rose Grace. Olivia Page Collins. Nicholas Manoli Papantanakis. John Gordon Grace. Benjamin Thomas Hankinson. Aaron James Petiti.
Get it on the way back.
Ha Von Fon. Jace Patrick Potter. Brendan Michael Delaney. Dia Mayu Patel. Maham Rahman. Tainid Zoe Rivera Lopez. Ryan Jose Rodriguez Aldima. Amira.
Congratulations. Nice work.
Cardin Ho Tran. Ryan Pasquale Pacino. Jacob Taylor Santigate. Luis Enrique Gueja Fernandez. Lin Chi Kwang. James Patrick Kinsella. Joshua Van Nguyen. Jack Morris Suttles. James Edward Fitzgerald. Jonathan Aaron Killifer. Anthony Charles Domenico. Jaden Robert Holmes. Brandon Jernlock Lamb. Justin Danielle Ostrom. Christina Marie Kent. Emily Elizabeth Jessen. Jamie Jean O'Connell. Rose Marie Flaherty. Eva Therese Flaherty. Thank you, Mr. Devon. At this time, I would like to introduce Assistant Principal, Mr. Andrew Dellery, who will call the roll for House 2.
Thank you, Mr. Reardon. It is my pleasure and privilege to read the roll for House 2. At this time, I'd like to introduce Mr. Matthew Lynch, member of the Braintree School Committee, who will present the diplomas to House 2. Matthew Paul Murphy. Taryn Elizabeth O'Malley. Bridget Valley Lee. Andreas Thoyas. Emma Grace Erickson. Natalie Wu. Brianna Elizabeth Burrell. Aurora Deborah Dowdy. John Robert Bleakney. Juma Siniza Salazar. Alexandrina MacDonald Hall. Paige Christina DeSantis. Abigail Teresa Shaljan. Alicia Ann McGregor Montero. Malachi Daniel Gorman. Kyra Lynn Burrow. Khalil Nadal Abu Hajib. Raymond Dai Vo. Sanaya Elise Ashley. Zara Al-Mosawi. Zainab Al-Mosawi. Angeline Noi Shia. Grace Huang. Cassidy Jane Tan. Abigail Joy Uguchoku. Amalia Bunsil Carr. Mackenzie McGuire Donlin. Daria Sarah Dobrolinsky. Vicky Chen. Yuen Shu. Varuni Santhokumar. Preeti Bachu. An Vuhong Tran. Jian Chen. Christopher James Utley. Owen Patrick Costello. Herman Sani. Tanish Shrivastava. Ivan Tingwei Chu. Riley William Comerford. Maeve Ann Candora. Isabella Grace Thurston. Ella Marie Pal Freeman Valenzuela. Lisa Elena Knauber. McKenna J. Gunning. Megan Claire Seriani. Sophia Miranda Ryan. Ava Rose White. Megan Irene Scott. Damiana Villa. Jillian Rose Welby. Zachary James Ryan. Jason Scott Kelly. Tyler Gerald Furness. Kyle James Hutchinson. Nicholas Rocco Fasano. Anthony Vincent Varasso. Daniel Riley Surratt. William Harrigan Krupa. Jonathan Edwin Dow. Ryan James Cochran. Cameron Patrick Grieve. Derek Paul Foley. Aiden Kine Civatolo. Ava Laureen DeBona. Fiona Mary Holland. Lena Mohammed Hamda. Gianna Rita Spadorsha. Monica Loren Warwick. Orna Rose Stones. Clint James Walsh. Jackson Richard Kenneth Tiernan. William David Cusack. Rory James Donahue. Jack Kine Civitolo. Dominic Paul Denisio. Drew Thomas Cody. Jasmine Eliana Roos. Maggie Poppingu. John Edward Doherty. Nolan John Erdody. Joseph Patrick Malloy. Tadas Baltadwanis. Anthony Thomas Capello. Mohit Saini. Jason Patrick Handrahan. Ava Wright Burns. Grace Catherine Brooks. Amanda Catherine Glenn. Thomas James Hayward. Jared Edward Tempesta. Ava Quinn Garcia. Olivia Eve Berry. Juliana Calogura Dalus. Nathaniel William Carroll. Kylie Irene Bowman. Aislinn Faith Erickson. Doris Valdo Alexander Alfaro. William Allen Brown. Julianne Marie Kavanaugh. Sophia Joy Caleri. Jelaine Michaela Yazar Mateo. Nicole Yuki Ng. Michaela Autumn DeShiro. Sean Jacob Silesh. James Chase Deary. Kevin Michael Corcoran. Ryan Barrett Janig. Braden Green Wallors. Liam James Tangway. Christopher Yijay Chen. Luke Frederick Christmas. Edward Leo Cusson. Paris Teen Tway Tran. Hannah Riley Barrett. Kira Therese Cronin. Jovian Ramses Martino. Eurelise Sylvester. Matthew Banks Good. Andrew Jacob Carroll. Ryan Francis Curtin. Thomas Stone Bronya. Selena Chen. Ava Nicole Doherty. Alana Jade Sinclair. Neely Nicole Chute. Cassidy June Cole. Delaney Kate Welch. Elaine Wu. Sienna Amy Tran. Sarah Choi Tardif. Dina Kaylee Papadopoulos. Cameron John McPhail. Wyatt Samuel Corey. Devin Rosa. Ava Rose Saracusa. Johanna Boetron Nguyen. Peter Nguyen. Thank you, Mr. Lynch. At this time, I would like to introduce Assistant Principal Ms. Nancy Moynihan, who will read the roll call for House 3.
That's right. You'll figure it out. I'm good. Thank you, Mr. Dellery. It is my privilege and pleasure to read the roll for House 3. At this time, I would like to introduce School Committee Vice Chair, Ms. Kelly Cobblemere, who will present the diplomas to House 3. First set. I'll call Kathy. Sorry, after. This side? Yeah, right over here. You ready? Okay. William Peter Rafty. Tessa Ann Marston. May Stephen Patrick Luongo. William Alfred McDonald. Colin Bryce Sprague. Connor Peter Leahy. Daniel Joseph O'Brien. Thomas George Letney. Matthew John Adams. Brady Kenneth McDonald. Nicholas Robert Walters. Bertina Hugh Young Nguyen. Jack Richard Pursuti. Gavin James Moran. Peter Michael McDonald. Charles Robert DiMartino. Timothy Joseph Carney. Mason Liu. James Doe Madden. Maggie Meikai Jung. Miley Wien Za. Tamaris DeSouza Mayring. Ella Rose Monroe. Madison Claire Larkin. Nina Jane DeRusso. Allison Diane McNamee. Kelsey Marie Littlewood. Gabrielle Elizabeth Mazzini. Allison Victoria Mello. Kylie Elizabeth Leiden. Giovanna Rose Canelli. Brian Thomas Rizzo. Juan Rose Valencia Gallego. Sean Cason Dickerson. Michael Paul Lentini. Anthony Michael Gillis. Jason Stephen Lee. Edison Zhang. Eugene Holam Leong. Dylan Lee. John Henry McCarthy. Anastasia Buchko. Evan Gordon Noun. Steel Ocean Lucky. Jason Roger Carmel. Matthew Brady Ottman. Carmen Melina Menji. Michaela Eve Lopes. Lila Paulina Opila. Carrie Jachi Huang. Sabrina Hope Wise. Nathan Holden Din. Chansley Colby Beauvoir. Kerrigan Scott Sakote. Ava Danielle McCarthy. Josephine Wingsy Liu, I apologize. Aria Long. Isabella Mary McAuliffe. Shannon Marie Houlihan. Leah Lindsay Moriarty. Shazay Daisy Wilkins. Skylar Madison McMinn. Sorry, Skylar. Are you Shazay? Shazay Daisy Wilkins. Milana Sophia Jacobs. Heidi Lee. Grace Claire Baldwin. Allison Mary Young. Molly Carol Muldoon. William Chandler Morrison. Kiet Nguyen Tuan Lee. Toby Arthur Lever. Finley Julian Marshall. Aaron Isosa Osagi. Thank you, Ms. Cobb-Lemire. At this time, I would like to introduce school committee member Ms. Kathy Tuffy, who will present the next set of diplomas to House 3. Good, how are you?
Last match.
Andy will hand you the diploma. Julian Miley Nguyen. Kayleen Trish Nguyen. Selena Shulin Joe. Jasmine Lee Chen. Saljin Chin. Ni Trinat Vu. Yeet Berk Yelsinkaya. Matthew Peter Daly. Richard Alves Oliveira. Noah Francis Steck. Juliana Marie Summers. Paige Claire Capice. Isabella Evila Petrov. Shay Marie McDonough. Stephen Donahue Dedalonis. Mia Loren Pellegrino. Rebecca Rose Doherty. Ellen Marie Lasordo. Alexander Rook Aborn. Terrence James Kenny. Caroline Jackson Crook. Michaela Ann Labadie. Bridget Rose Sawyer. Kiara Alana Hall. Margaret James McCormick. Cassandra Pasqua Naughton. Leah Margaret McGonigal. Terry Spencer Eli. Frank Amisha Azan. Abdugulfar Makhzoom. Wilson Lee Chanyu Lin. Robert Jeffrey Young. Tristan Robert Lin. Anthony Michael Carey. Nathan Changley Lin. Michael Pierce Clancy. Iris Akshia. Kaya Ann Maddie. Anthony Chuang Nguyen. Christopher Thomas Lever. Brian William Norton. Liana Emily Eskander. Colleen Ann Joyce. Juliana Nguyen. Amberly Jasmine Lara. Mia Marissa Capiccioli. Hallie Elizabeth McCaffrey. Ryan Dante Smudgeon. Valentine Kwabina Maraku. Barry Joseph. Cameron Jacob Galuso. Evan Joseph Milholland. Brendan Joseph Mattis. Hunter William Logan. Congratulations. Jaxiel Figueroa. Thank you, Mrs. Tuffy.
Cheer, I better get ready and get saying something, huh? At this time, I would like to bring back to the stage Kylie Vo for the ceremonial moving of the tassels. How are we doing the time? You just do it right. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Braintree High School class of 2023.